I think of painting as a contemplative form. I mean, something that induces contemplation. I always drew. It was a way of sort of capturing daydreams or remembering things that I had seen. I didn't draw directly from objects or people, but always out of my head. I have a kind of faith, I suppose, in my capacity to keep moving it until it has a chance. But I wouldn't call that confidence exactly. And that was the great burden of for a young artist in the 50s was you either went with it, I mean, a kind of gestural style of abstract painting, or you tried to find some way of accommodating what you wanted to do with that look. And that confused me for quite a long time. For one thing, whatever I was doing as a painter, I was always drawing the figure. I was doing drawings. And all of the abstract painting, so-called abstract painting that I was doing, had a kind of figurative basis.
When you see it now, what do you think of this?
I don't judge it now. And then off to the side, I started some paintings of eggs, which were just simple arrangements of eggs. And they were a sort of relief from the figure paintings. Well, actually, I had a conversation with an abstract painter, a friend of mine and a former mentor, named Conrad Marcarelli. And we were talking about purity. And he said, there's certain things you can't purify, like an egg. And that just stuck in my head one day when I was thinking, what am I going to do? I did a painting of a couple of made-up eggs, and I found them interesting. And the so-called still life paintings that I do grew out of the egg paintings. In 1960, I went out to Southeast Asia at a time when I was kind of in crisis with my painting, trying to figure out how to get something that seemed right for me. I saw a lot of things in Eastern culture, slowing of time, refinement of gesture, silence as a virtue, a lot of things that appealed to me and seemed a natural fit for me. So when I came back, I just started a series of paintings of the figure working out of my head. They were awful. But they opened up doors for me. I thought, these are pretty bad, but I know that I can make them better, and I know what I want to do with them. I used to notice that there were days when I'd come to the studio and I'd be really ready to go. I'd be so enthusiastic and do absolute crap. And other days with a hangover or a cold or something, barely able to stand up and work, and I could have a wonderful day painting. If I use a kind of period of, or a process of irritation, I have a painting around that I think may be finished. I don't know what to do with it. Over a few weeks, looking at it out of the corner of my eye, walking past it, it either completes itself and has its own, continues its own life, or something is irritating me about it and I have to start working on it again. What I do is, I mean, I know them all, so I can take something like this and I don't have to look at it. I say, well, I'll use this and, you know, maybe this funnel, just to have shapes, things that I know. What's driven my passion, I think, more than anything else, far more than results, is the world that I'm in when I'm painting the painting. The conversation, visual conversation with the painting, the kind of thing that only comes through painting. When a painting is going well, it's a high like no other that I know. I mean, when I find something that excites me in a painting, it's just a terrific moment. And if that doesn't happen in a painting, I'm not interested. I have to make a big change in the painting or kick a hole in it or do something else. It seems to have a life of its own. When a painting has its own life and you don't, then you're out of it. It's a little like giving birth, I suppose, though I've never had the pleasure.